against the law to look this damn good. Watch out now. Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would. Watch out now. It's gotta be against the law to look
Wake up! Yep, it's that time. You know, it's time for Vape AM, brought to you by Vapers1.com. I'm your host, Anthony Ramella. Good morning, guys. It's time to do it again. It's Thursday. We're almost done with the week, so just hang with me for a couple more days, and you guys can enjoy your weekend. Just have some fun. It's a short week this week, obviously, with the holiday. Those of you that got the day off, and those of you that worked on Labor Day, well, that just sucks. But for the rest of us that didn't have to, except for me having to do the video on Monday, we had a short week this week, but it always feels longer anyway. All right, guys. Well, those of you that have watched the show before, we do kind of the same thing every day. Little wake and vape, little birthdays, little history, little of this, little of that. So today I've got some birthdays for you that are some pretty good ones. Freddie Mercury's birthday is today. Freddie Mercury, well, I guess we should say it would have been his birthday today, but he's a champion in my eyes. And if you guys haven't seen that new movie, the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, it is phenomenal. They do an excellent job with that. I don't think they could have picked anybody better to fill that role, and I was really impressed with that movie quite a bit. Well, those of us that are fans of DC will get this today. Michael Keaton's birthday is today. A lot of people really like that Batman movie that he was in and with Jack Nicholson. And it's hard. A lot of times when I talk to people about Batman, they're either a Michael Keaton fan or they're a Christian Bale fan. Usually those are the kind of the two that go with that. Same thing with the Jokers, but we'll talk about it when it's their birthday instead of this one. So happy birthday, Michael Keaton. Mr. Mom, keep it up. All right, and last but certainly not least, Raquel Welch's birthday is today. Those of you who don't know who she is, ever watched Shawshank Redemption? She's one of the posters that's actually up on his wall. But she used to be a little hottie back in the day. She's got a little age on her now, but Raquel Welch, in my book, you're still all right. So anyway, I hope you're having a fantastic birthday today. Well, kind of like we talk about every day, we want you guys to subscribe. We want you to, see our channel and, learn more about vaping and maybe help somebody else to kick that smoking habit. So do me a quick favor, like, subscribe, and comment when the video is over. Just kind of tell me what you're thinking about, what do you like, what you don't like. If you give me a thumbs down, that's cool too. But just tell me why. What's going on with that. We'll make changes to the show, or I will just boot you off. No, I'm just kidding. But we love our subscribers. We love doing this show. So if you guys could do that for me, and if you want to get notifications all the time, gotta ring that bell so you know exactly what time we're coming on every day. All right, well, let's do a little bit of history. This history I found to be a little bit unique today and something I didn't know about, so I assume you don't either, so I'm going to bring it up. In 1961, U.S. President JFK signs law against hijacking. Now, that's not so, incredible, but the penalty for hijacking is death. I did not know that. So you actually get the death penalty if you're convicted of hijacking. I don't really see that that's a problem, at least not in my eyes, but some of you out there may disagree with that. But I just felt that was kind of an interesting topic. You don't really hear much about that, and I didn't even know there was a law, I guess, specific about hijacking. I feel like it's more like kidnapping or something like that, but this is actually a law, so don't do it or you'll die. All right, so let's get on to some Wake and Vape news this morning. I find these articles, and we were talking about this earlier off camera, that I feel like I need to change the name of this show to Exposing Idiots, because it just feels like every time I read one of these articles, that's basically what I'm doing. So the name of this article is, Can Vaping Help You Quit Smoking? Well, the answer to that, once again, is absolutely. We know from the New England Journal of Medicine, they're saying it's almost 3 times as effective as all other stop smoking efforts combined. This article doesn't necessarily agree with that. So I'm going to read a little bit here. It says, if you're trying to kick the habit, you'll get lots of advice. People try to quit cold turkey, but success rates are quite low. Hypnosis and acupuncture seem to work for some people, but it still remains unproven. The best studied smoking cessation strategies include behavioral therapy, such as individual counseling. There's nothing that really gets me over my nicotine fix as somebody jabbering in my ear. So I'm sure that works really well. Nicotine replacement therapy, such as long-acting nicotine patch or short-acting nicotine gum, which we all know is pretty much useless. Most people that use that to quit end up going back to smoking anyway. And then medications to reduce the urge to smoke, such as Chantix or Zyban. Well, let me tell you, I am not a fan of medications pretty much in any area, but this is one that I've seen more side effects and more people talk about the side effects coming through our stores than I would ever even think of using. So, I'm sure it keeps you from dying, but that's about as close as you're going to get to that. I mean, I've heard horror stories about people that would sleep and dream, and it was so vivid they thought their spouse was cheating on them, or they'd wake up and want to stab whoever was next to them. I mean, and I'm not making this up. This is kind of the crazy stuff. And if you want to talk about seizures like that they keep bringing up in the vaping industry, Chantix has more than 500 cases of seizures, so much so that at one point it was part of their warning label on their actual bottle that it could cause seizures. I think that's recently been removed through probably some pressure. Plus, if they're talking about seizures in vaping, they can't have the other stuff having seizures, because that might hurt pharmaceutical sales. Anyway, I'm getting on a tangent, I know. Let me keep reading here. In studies of these approaches, quit rates were around 20 to 25% over 6 to 12 months. That information I've never heard before. While these may seem low, they're significantly higher than observed among people who are trying to quit on their own. Users of e-cigarettes inhale an aerosol created by heating nicotine, flavorings, and other substances. Why not just tell us what's really in it? Like, they're just trying to make it sound like worse than anything about what it really is. There seems to be a general agreement that vaping, the term often used to describe e-cigarettes, is safer than smoking cigarettes. That said, vaping can cause mouth and throat irritation, nausea, and coughing, and the long-term effects are not yet known. I really, really always hate this long-term effect argument. How many products and how many drugs has the FDA approved in a very short period of time and then had to pull them off in a short period of time because the just huge side effects that these have? I mean, some things that were made for acne cause suicidal tendencies and death. E-cigarettes have been around for well over 10 years now. We're not seeing any deaths associated with this. The nausea is probably caused by having too much nicotine, which you don't know the level that you need to be at. I could see how that's a possibility. So go to a vape store and talk to somebody about how much you smoke and where your nicotine level should be. That should eliminate any of your nausea. And then this mouth and throat irritation, I've not heard a bunch about this. I mean, I'm sure that's a possibility. But if that's the side effects to vaping and you quit smoking, I think I could live with those side effects, okay? Even if those were true, which I really don't believe that, some of that is even true. But, would I rather have seizures from Chantix, or would I rather have a little nausea from vaping? I think I'm going to choose the nausea, even if that's even a possibility. So, I hate these articles because they want to demonize vaping and they want to talk about how these other products work so well. They don't. And that's the bottom line. They're doing this to promote sales of pharmaceutical-style products because Nicorette, Nicoderm, Chantix, these are all pharmaceutical things to bolster their money. They've got the money to put out these kind of articles and kind of sway people. I don't, but I'm going to scream it from the rooftops as much as I can to tell you that what they're telling you is an absolute bald-faced lie. We have seen that the New England Journal of Medicine says that vaping is twice as effective as all other stop-smoking things combined. Vaping helps people quit smoking. That is the bottom line. And if you look at the current U.S. smoking rates, you'll see what I'm telling you is absolutely the truth. All right, well, that's all I got for you guys today. So everybody here at VapeAM, Vapers1.com, and even all the vapor stores, we all always have the same goal. Stop smoking, or you're gonna die, all right? So, we love doing these shows. We enjoy seeing you guys all the time. We only got a couple days left of the weekend. One more tomorrow. We'll do kind of a fun Friday thing. But that means it's the end of the show. So that means I'm going to see you tomorrow. And for all you smokers that don't know, check it out. Pick up the phone, hit the mic. Vapers1.com is the site. They got what you need to make the switch. You're never going to find a better site than this. They got mods, they got coils, and the liquid low down. Vapers1.com is the best around. Spend $35 and your shipping's free. Vapers1.com, we got all you need.